You know, today we hit the swim. When I was swimming, when you swim, you have a lot of time to think. And, you know, I was just naturally waking up thinking about a handful of people.
As I process the word.
Two people in particular. I had two calls with two individuals, and unfortunately I wasn't able to persuade them, but I won't say that I tried. And it made me think about how all of this journey started. So back in 2005, me and my business partner, Jay Kinder, were traveling, and we went to conference after conference after conference. And I've said on other videos that I've literally like mapped out the biggest decisions that I made in my life. And I could say that at least 80% of them when it comes to business were made indirectly at a conference, meaning I met someone at a conference I wouldn't have met. And as a result of that, if you kind of trace back the success, you could pin it to the conference. And we used to say, you know, a lot of people say big decisions are made at big events. And a lot of that has to do with getting out of your element, getting around other people. You know, you can't change someone's belief. You can only suspend it long enough for them to make a new decision. So like people have these belief systems and they're inherited, they're given, they're adapted. But the truth is that doesn't mean that they're true. This guy who was on my YouTube channel made a comment. You can probably go back and see it. It was about direct mail. And I really liked the guy. And I spent way more time with him than I normally would anybody. We had like a 45-minute call. It's a long story short, but I ended up spending another hour and a half. And a lot of the time, you know, he was talking and not asking. One was he wasn't asking the right question. And I think that that's very important. If somebody gives you your time, your time, and I like the guy, he's super smart. But we had a mentor called HOA, and we called him the dumbest wizard because he was so damn smart. I mean, just a genius, but he was just trying to do too much all by himself. And I mean, he should have been, you know, one of the most influential people in real estate, but unfortunately, he didn't know how to build teams, organize people. He understood a lot of those concepts. He just, I guess, didn't trust other people. Which brings me back to 2005. We're on a plane, and me and Jay are having a conversation, and it all comes down to being coachable, right? And I'm meeting these individuals throughout, especially now it happens more often than in the past. And I used to say Jay did it, ABC, always be coaching, but you see their potential and you want to share. This individual, unfortunately, based upon my opinion, already had like this guardrail. Like there was no creativity, no openness. Like in the book, Six Hat Thinking, like you have a green hat, what are all the ways, a black hat, what are all the bad outcomes? Like going through the process versus being singular focused, putting your blinders on and just ignoring all the other information around you before you make a big decision, right? And Warren Buffett, there was a quote, maybe we can insert it here or maybe not. But the quote is actually, Warren Buffett says, imagine, you know, when I go speak and lecture to students, I tell them about what if I gave you kind of like a piece of paper and it had 20 boxes in it. And that's all of the investments you were allowed to make in your entire life. You could only make 20, right? You know, how much time, energy, and effort would you go on each investment if that was the limitation? And he said the reason why, he said, in order to become, I'm adding the word ridiculously wealthy. That's how I heard it, but he said incredibly wealthy maybe. He said, it's not even about 20 decisions in your life. It's like 5 or 6, right? Like 5 or 6 critical decisions. And I just, you know, I think when, if I could go back when we were writing the book Coachable, you know, there's the formula. I've said it before. It's awareness, seek, ask, receive, take action, persist, and accountability. There's one in between here.
1,200, baby.
Awareness, desire, seek, ask, receive.
1,200 meters.
You're at 1,200 already?
Yeah.
That's 40 laps, isn't it?
Take action, persist, and accountability. Well, awareness is like becoming aware of what's going on around you. Obviously, one of the things that people do is they're a seeker. I believe in being a seeker, seeking out a better way, but you have to be relentlessly good. If you don't have a big desire, you won't have the time, energy, and effort to go. So like the first one's the most important, like the awareness is important. Then you have to seek. You have to ask all kinds of questions. But at some point you have to receive. And you know, I watched this individual and a handful of others, and they lack those steps. They might have desire, they might, you know, say that they want to achieve certain things personally, financially, relationship-wise. Maybe they have the desire, but when's the last time you read a book on relationships? Huh? When's the last time you went out and got a book about how you could become better? You know, men are from Mars, women are from Venus, famous book, Love and Respect, Love Language. When's the last time you reread the book and critically looked upon yourself on how you could become better, right? That's seeking. You know, asking, finding somebody that you know out there that has a great relationship and asking them if they've ever had a bad relationship. What's the best thing you ever learned? Coachable. Coachable's the secret. If you wanna collapse time, if you really want to get to the next level, it's not that the person who makes the most money can give you the best relationship advice, and it's not the best person who maybe is spiritually connected or, you know, has this aura of enlightenment and happiness and feels like they're like getting fulfillment every day. Maybe they can give you more advice in that arena, but getting a stable of people around you and finding those people who can give you the advice is absolutely the best thing you can do for your life and your business. And every single day, every single year, every single month, the best thing about life is skills can be learned and you can always be better.
Let's go, let's go.
And most of the time, every problem you have in your life, if money can solve it, it's not a real problem. So enjoy the process of getting better. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy now. You quit freaking worrying about the past, creating anxiety, quit having depression and you know, about the future of all the things you're not going to have or you might want, and just know that it's all going to work out. However, it can work out a lot easier and a lot faster if you find someone who can give you a little mentorship, mental model. So be coachable. Don't be a know-it-all. Assume you're wrong. Forgot to start my watch.
In 3, 2, and 1.